Welcome to the Markester channel, and today we will talk about a tool, or rather a strategy that can help you optimize your marketing operations, especially in these cases where you have a big company, you have a lot of people to manage, and these people are not in the same place, they're in different offices, different countries. This also helps if you're doing marketing on social media, or editing videos, or even something else like packaging. Many big corporations also have the same problem where they have dozens, hundreds, or even thousands of employees in different parts of the world, and they have to teach everyone how to do marketing channels, brand image, and so on. And this gets extremely frustrating if you have a very complex brand image and all the operations are complex and require a lot of people and a lot of teaching. So what they use is called creative assets. So this is a collection, it can be a digital file or a physical book, and it describes the templates, the frameworks, even has the logos and all the instructions to do your marketing, from presenting the brand imaging, sales channels, marketing channels. It can be anything. It can include templates to edit your videos, packaging templates, anything. So here's an example. A few years ago I did a marketing internship at BMW, and one of the first things they gave me was a 400-page PDF file. Of course, I had to read only a few pages from it, but it was about, okay, what kind of gifts can you give to customers, what you can't give to customers, how do the gift bags look, where should the logo be, what the color should be like. All the instructions were there from A to Z, and this even included templates and PNG logos, so that when I'm ordering new gifts or new bags, I can send the printing company the logos and so on, as well as the templates of how should everything look like. The file overall even included how should the dealership look like, how should the cars be positioned, everything, even what kind of music should be and should not be played inside the dealership. So in a sense, creative asset is a book, and it can be various books, collections, or files of how to do marketing, and it goes from A to Z. It explains everything in great detail so that everyone understands what has to be done. Not only that, this creative asset is always updated. Imagine if companies like Ford or Apple would not have this tool, if they would have to explain to everyone, and I mean they have thousands or even tens of thousands of dealerships or shops, and they would have to go to every manager and explain how to do this or that. This would be an insane waste of time. Not only that, it would create a broken telephone effect, as the manager would have to re-explain all the stuff to the other employees. But now you have a set of instructions that you can give to everyone, and they can read it and consult it, and if there are any questions, then people can come back to you and ask you. And this is very important, that you just don't throw it at people, but that there's an opportunity for them to come back, to give you feedback. Okay, this is not clear, I don't understand this, so that everyone always knows how to do it, when to do it, and how everything works. And creative assets are also used when making social media posts, when making new listings on Amazon or on your own e-commerce shop. And since you're giving it to hundreds or even thousands of people, it is very important that everyone understands that everything is explained as clearly as possible. Visual examples are given, as well as unordinary situations are overviewed. For example, maybe there is a dealership but it doesn't have enough space. Okay, how can you solve some issues? How can you put some things? How can you put banners? Another thing is, you must have chapters on this. If you don't have chapters, you will end up with a very long novel. And if you have chapters, people can quickly find the information they want and can quickly consult it, and it becomes an efficient experience. Not only that, it is easier to update chapter by chapter, and you must update creative assets. The reason why you want to always update it, and it can be even a role for someone where someone always overlooks it and can update the information, is because the business environment, well, as you know, it is always changing. Here's another example. You've seen a lot of corporations that have TikTok accounts, and well, what they do is that instead of sending out to everyone, especially if there's not one TikTok account but multiple TikTok accounts across different languages, different regions, they update their creative assets, and basically they have a book or something, and they say, okay, this is what you have to consult to make TikToks, and these are also templates, these are also logo PNGs for you to put on top, maybe some animations that you can add, and they send it out to everyone. People consult it, they make talks, okay, but let's say something has changed. Maybe there's a new format that you have to make videos on TikTok. Well, you remove the stuff you don't need and you replace it with the new one, and you again update it and send it to the right people. Whether it's a manager, an employee, or an intern, this person will get these instructions, or basically a set of instructions, will find it by the chapter, and they can read it much more efficiently and can get the job done much sooner. Also, you don't need to create it on your own. Some companies hire other companies to create this sort of creative assets for themselves. Of course, we're now leaning more into digital asset management, but in short terms you can outsource a company which creates it for you and even updates and does everything you want on your request. This is more useful if your creative assets are not changing much over time, so you hire them for one time and that's it. However, if it's changing often, you might have a dedicated person, an expert, which creates this thing and manages it. So to summarize, creative assets are mostly useful if you have a lot of employees that are working with marketing, or you have people in different parts of the world, or you have a very complex brand image, or it's a combination of these, as well as if you're working in a creative team, for example creating videos or something, and you just need a shared space for files so you can all quickly share and use the logos and templates and so on. And if you decided to create this, make sure that it is easy to understand, in depth, you can find information easily, and it is up to date. This way your colleagues can find whatever they need much faster, much more efficiently, there's less confusion, and at the end of the day this means that the end product is delivered faster and just better. So let us know what is your opinion on this. Have you used it? Maybe we've missed something, and what is next that you would want us to speak about?